Jess. Good morning. I'm so out of it this morning that I don't even have a necklace or earrings on, but that's weird and destabilizing. But I'm almost done with my coffee, and I've got my beautiful Vivi Flow mug that she made for me. I love it so much. Yep, glad it's Friday. Hey, Denise. Hey, Christine, sending you lots of love. I just got your message. Hey, Mary Beth. So today, well, actually yesterday, we clicked into the new moon in Virgo, and I'll talk a little bit about that this morning, but not too much, because we're going to focus more on the weekend energy today, because today is the new moon call and you're all invited. So if you follow the link, it should be correct. There's a link somewhere. If you are not part of Restoration, if you're already part of Restoration, you do not need to register for the new moon call today. You'll be getting an email this morning with your link. But if you are not part of Restoration and you would like to join for free, you can do that by following the link that's on this live video, and you can join us today. It's at 4 o'clock, or it will be emailed to you to do anytime tonight or tomorrow would be probably the best energy for that. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Jackie. So let's talk more again about this Mars retrograde, because it is a doozy. Now, I know it's not affecting everyone the same, but Mars is asking us to look at our aggression styles, our passion styles, our conflict styles, and what those mean for us, what they mean for our relationships, what they mean for the way that we process our feelings. And as we move into this new moon in Virgo, Virgo energy is going to ask us to rethink the systems we have previously been using to do all of those things. So, no big deal, just another Friday in 2020, but looking at what happens to you when you are in a disagreement. What happens to you when you're angry? How do you act instinctually? And then what does that mean for you? How does it ripple out in your life? How does it affect you? Are you happy with your style of passion and anger? Does that feel resonant to you and aligned with who you are and who you are becoming? Or are your styles of anger and passion and aggression something that is holding you back from really moving into alignment with your true self? And if so, it's a perfect time to rethink those ways and to give yourself some new behaviors to add in to start to shift that. Because there is nothing wrong with conflict. There is nothing wrong with being angry. There's nothing wrong with being passionate. And I will even venture to say there's nothing wrong with having a heat of the moment emotional outburst. These things are part of being human. And, passion is one side. The other side is anger, right? So these emotions are strong and they're big and they're exciting, and we shouldn't have to repress them. But it's also not healthy to run around just burning everything to the ground, because usually that's not what we want to do. So the trick is to figure out how to allow your healthy anger, your passion, your popping off style, whatever that is, in a way that does not completely destroy the world around you that you've created. For some of us, we are so not used to being angry and expressing our anger that we just don't know how to do it. And it always comes out in a passive aggressive way because we repressed it for so long, or it doesn't come out at all and it just festers inside of us. So for those of us that do not express our anger, this is really difficult because we don't express it for many different reasons. There's usually trauma involved with it, where it was not safe to express any feelings that were not aligned with the people around us, right? So if you were raised in an environment and have had relationships in your adult life where it was not safe to express your unpleasant feelings, then now in this space, you're probably feeling really some kind of way because you have feelings that need to come out. And like, how do we express them in a way that is okay? Well, it starts by seeing the people around you and trusting them enough to be able to hold space for you the same way that you hold space for them. Because I'm willing to bet that all of you are incredible space holders for those around you and have endless capacity to allow people to express their big emotions and not hold that against them, right? So attract that to you and trust that it is also for you. That sounds kind of abstract and it is a big concept, but little steps in that direction will make big progress. And we are going to be in this Mars retrograde until mid-November. So it is a long game, but it's coming in hard and fast to destabilize systems that need destabilizing so we can then rebuild them in a stronger and better way that is more aligned with who we are and who we are becoming. So that's Mars. Clicking into the energy of Virgo new moon is not just dealing with our passion and our anger, but looking at the way that we have systems in our life, right? Because we're moving into new earth energy rapidly. And every decision we make, every movement we make, everything we do is contributing to that energy. So as you seed your desires, your manifestations tonight or tomorrow, whenever you do it, you're really seeding what you want to feel, how you want to live, and how you want to be in this new earth energy. And that's no small thing. And it can feel overwhelming, even if you've been doing this month after month, to know what you truly want. And so I'm going to give you a little hack with that. You don't need to know what you want. You need to know what you want to feel. That is the most important thing. You want to figure out what the energy is that you want to attract, and then you want to pull that energy in to you. And that energy will come to you in many different forms depending on what's swirling around. But the main thing is, what do you want to feel? When you wake up in the morning, how do you want to feel? When you go about your day, how do you want to feel? Whatever you're doing as your vocation, as your work, how does that need to feel for you to feel happy, right? What is bringing you joy? What allows you to be fully an expression of yourself? What energies need to shift to fully support you, okay? We get really caught up in manifesting details, and that is micromanagement of the universe, and nobody likes to be micromanaged. So if you've been in the game of manifesting for a long time and you feel like, what's the point? It never happens. Chances are you've been blocking the universe from doing anything with your list of very specific demands. Because when you think about it, if you're asking for something really specific, how many things completely outside of your control have to align for that to get to you? It could take a century. Truly, it could. But if what you're doing is saying, here's what I want to feel, and you take a moment, which we're going to do today, you take a moment and you allow yourself to be infused with the energy of that feeling, and you allow it to permeate every cell, and you are just believing in it, and that's what you seed, you are giving the universe a palette of high quality paints for which to create a masterpiece that you could have never dreamed of, but that will bring all of that energy to you, okay? So let's assist. Let's be part of the solution here instead of adding more restrictions and being that way about it, okay? So that will help you, I promise, because as soon as you open yourself up to aligning with the energy of what you want to feel, things just happen. And as soon as they start to happen, you become more confident in your ability to command energy, to command manifestation, to be sovereign in your own incredible manifester of possibilities and capabilities, because that's what we all are. We're little manifestors walking around in skin. Okay, we are so freaking cool and magical, and the only problem we have is that we have utterly forgotten that. So start remembering yourself. Start remembering yourself. Remember who you are. Remember why you're here. Remember that everything around you has been manifested by somebody, and if you are allowing your energy to uphold their manifestations, you are not putting your energy into creating your own. Think about the things that we just believe are true and are irrefutable. There were a lot of them. We bring our collective manifestation powers into the collective. It's like a cloud. And so if you start changing that for yourself, that ripples out. You are unplugging yourself from somebody else's program and instead creating your own that is aligned with who you are and with your energy. And I promise it'll be a lot more fun for you because it's yours. So start thinking that. Start thinking about it. Start feeling about it. Start being about it, because you are so powerful and you don't need to feel like you're being tossed around by all the things happening in the world. And it's not that we're turning a blind eye. It's not that we're saying, oh, whatever, that's not affecting me, like who cares? That's not what the energy is. What the energy is all of this does not work anymore. So I'm not gonna put my energy into making that more real. I'm gonna put my energy into creating something that I actually want to live in. And you can do this. It isn't that big of a deal. It's literally what you were created to do. So start to feel that. Start to feel it inside of yourself, because it's there. And every time you jump in to new moon seeding, releasing at the full moon, feeling into those lunar cycles, you are tapping into something that's been with us for the beginning of time to assist us in the creation of our actual universe. We use the lunar cycles to create. Every month, we are given the opportunity to tweak it, to release the parts that don't work anymore, to add more magic to it. It's part of the cycle, okay? So remember that this weekend. I'd love to see you guys today at 4 for the new moon call. Like I said, you can use the link and join us. I'm going to pull a card, however, for you guys. Which one? It's this one. I'm gonna pull a card for you guys from my spell casting book. Oh my God. Total side note, but I was working at the other place yesterday, and I swear to God that I brought Dinah with me, and I thought that I left her there, and I was so upset, and she's right here, which is so interesting. Okay, really interesting. Also, I want to tell you guys that my new activation course, Reactivation, is available right now for pre-purchase, and you can find that on my website. And that 4-week course will help you to really tune into those energies that we were just talking about and to align with new earth energies. It's a really, 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 really easy thing to do. You don't have to be live for anything. It's basically us, like me talking to you for 10 to 15 minutes, 5 days a week, and then an evening meditation for 4 weeks. And it just does what it does. It starts rewiring your brain, putting all the activations in you. And I'm not sure if I told you this already, but that's why Dinah's here, because she's helping me pull in all the light codes and activations. So it's been quite the time. All right, let's pull this card for you guys. And then I'm back to cyber school duty. Anybody else? Because that's not my magical forte. Okay, I already love this card. This is from my spellcasting oracle deck. The light kind of makes it hard for you to see that. And the card is happiness. I will post this in the Facebook group. Happiness. There's a lot to see in here. Lots of bird imagery, butterfly imagery, but most of all, it's just happiness. Are you ready? In the quest for happiness, you need to decipher what it is that truly gives you a cheery disposition. This may be through a loving relationship, securing a top job, gaining popularity, acquiring new clothes, purchasing a shiny car, being surrounded by pets, or going on holiday. Yet, the key to happiness is to see joy and perfection in absolutely everything, which in turn gives you a buzz of magic from deep within. The feeling of elation is what you wish to experience. So focus on the positive and be the one to turn frowns upside down. Get everyone smiling. When you choose happiness, your mood is elevated and you tap into a limitless supply of joy. Happy days. Now, I do love this card, but I do want to say something about it because I do not subscribe to the idea that we should always be love and light and that we should always look at the positive and, be happy, be happy, be happy in every situation. That's imbalanced. So if you're going through a shit time right now, you're going through a shit time right now, and you do not need to sprinkle joy on top of it and see the good in it and say, "Ooh, this is somehow going to be for my benefit. Yay." No, you be a human and you be upset about it. You have anger, you have sadness, you have whatever it is that you are going through, grief. Please be honest with yourself about your emotions because that is very important. We don't want to bypass anything. We don't want to repress anything. We want to be full expressions of ourselves. And that is spherical, which means it's a ball. It moves around. There are so many different sides to it, and not one is better than the other. So be where you are right now. Understand that you are supported in every moment, no matter what, and understand that just like joy, just like fear, all of those emotions, you don't live in them. You're in them for a moment, and then they move you into another space. So be there in the moment wherever you're at, accept that, and then also understand that for as low as you can feel at any point in time, that's how much higher you can feel at another point. So please do not bypass that. Do not feel like you have to be happy all the time, but understand that joy, the vibration of joy and the vibration of love do lift you up and allow you to bring in more of the same. So I just want to let you know that because while this message is delightful, it can easily be misconstrued as a bypassing technique, and that's not cool. So feel what you got to feel, be in it. If you need to take some action, if you need to burn some papers, if you need to, get in the car and scream, do that. Reach out if you need to talk. Do the things that are self-care for you if you are in a place that feels icky. All right? So that's your weekend update. I will see some of you guys later at 4. Again, if you want to join the new moon call, please use the link to sign up and you will get registration info. And again, if you're already part of Restoration, you don't need to do that. I love you guys so, so much. Reach out if you need anything. Mwah.